Okay, so let's get one thing straight. More than 95% of the Nen abilities are hacks in their own ways. Let me explain myself. Let's take Komugi's Nen ability, for example. It's pretty much useless on the battlefield. But that's not what it's meant to do. Her ability makes Komugi improve herself constantly while playing Gungi, which would have led to her being pretty much unstoppable in Gungi. So if you take that ability under those circumstances, that is also an OP hacks ability. So that's why I said that almost all the Nen abilities are hacks in their own different ways. So I will put a condition on this list. These are the most hacks Nen abilities when it comes to fighting. And one more thing, these are all from anime because we get to see some hacks abilities in the manga as well, but we don't know full details on those powers yet. So I won't talk about them. And lots of people haven't read the manga yet, or have stopped after reading Crawler vs Hisoka. And one more thing, I won't include Aluka in this video because it is so obvious and I don't want to waste a spot with her. Okay, are you ready? Let's get to it. Number 5, Pain Packer or Unforgiven, Nen user Phaeton. Phaeton can create an artificial sun and it instantly burns you to death. Phaeton activates this when he loses his cool. That means it is based on rage, and the more pissed he is, the more hotter is the sun. And because it's based on rage, he can't control it, and it will burn everyone with lava who are nearby. The only downside to this Nen ability is that he has to get pissed to activate this. So if you kill Phaeton quickly in a fight, you will be alright. That pretty much goes without saying. If not, I don't think anyone can beat this attack. Number 4, Needle People, Nen user Illumi Soldic. Shalnak's Black Voice can control living people, but not dead people. And Order Stamp can control dead people, or copies of dead people. But what happens if you combine those two abilities? Then you get Needle People. This ability is awesome. I could be biased here because Illumi is one of my favorite characters in Hunter x Hunter. But never mind that. This is so much better than Shalnak's Black Voice. First of all, Shalnak can only control 2 people max, and he has to control them with a remote controller. But Illumi can control as many people as he wants. He just have to have his pins with him, which he has in his lovely outfit. And all the manipulators are hacks in their own rights, because as a manipulator you only have to meet your condition in a fight and bam, game over. And Illumi is one of the best manipulators ever. And number 3, Scream, Nen user No. Now you might say that hide and seek alone is OP. Yes, but no. Not compared to Scream. No can just put his hands together and open a portal. Then he wraps his target with that portal and closes it. Then everything that was in the portal disappears into another dimension. How OP is that? He's pretty much unstoppable with this ability, especially in long range battles where he can just teleport every incoming attack. Hide and seek is also a good ability, but it's more of a useful ability rather than an OP ability. I will make a video on the most useful Nen abilities in the future, like I did with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but that's in the future. Now let's get back to the list. Number 2, God's Accomplice, Nen user Melioron. Now this is overpowered. He can basically turn invisible. I mean, it's not even that. He can erase everything, his smell, his voice, and that's not all. He can touch someone and the person that Melioron touches becomes invisible as well. No one will be able to sense the person that Melioron is touching. And that's not all. No one can even see that person's Nen ability. Even Yuppie couldn't see Knuckles' Hakawari. The only thing is that Melioron has to hold his breath to keep God's Accomplice activated. But it's not that bad when you think about it. Melioron trained himself to hold his breath for 2 minutes, and that's more than enough. Say for example, Melioron was with Nov and he makes Nov invisible. Nov can just use Scream and kill the enemy. They could have done that against Meruem, but Nov got too scared and couldn't even be in the same place as the ants. Meruem would have died before even realizing what had happened. And even without anyone's help, this is an OP ability. Yes, Melioron is the weakest ant, but if he has a good blade, for example, he can just wipe everyone out pretty easily. Number 1, Skill Hunter, Nen user Crawler Lucifer. Okay, if Skill Hunter is the hacks, I don't know what is. You can basically steal any Nen ability with that. Now you might be thinking, but that's a long process that Crawler has to go through to get access to one's Nen ability. But that's the thing, right? He can basically manipulate the opponent into doing that. Let me explain myself. In the fight against Hisoka, we got to see that Crawler has borrowed Shalnak's ability. So if he fights with that ability and somehow sticks the antenna in his enemy, then he can control the enemy into doing the process required to gain access to the Nen ability. Even without that, if someone doesn't know that Crawler can steal Nen powers, Crowler can just low-key end up stealing the ability, like he did with Neon. Now you might be saying, but that's only if Crowler has Shalnak's ability, and if the enemy doesn't know Crowler's ability. Okay, now I'm going to put all the cards against Crowler and see what will happen. Let's say that you are about to fight Crowler and you already know about Skill Hunter, but you still won't be able to win because you never know what kind of abilities Crowler is going to use. Think about the fight against Hisoka once again. Crowler told all the abilities and their weak points to Hisoka before the match even started, but still it was a one-sided battle in Crowler's favor. Just think what would have happened if Crowler didn't say anything. What I'm trying to say is that Crowler can beat up the opponent and use force to meet his conditions to steal the Nen ability. That's what I said earlier, Skill Hunter is so broken that it has almost limitless potential. So guys, that is for the video. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe and comment down below any Hax ability that you think should have been on the list. I mean, I know that I must have missed a whole bunch. That's what I said earlier, there are like bunch of Hax abilities here. But anyways, this is the boy with the hair and I will see you soon.